Hello, it's me, and it's a she also.
Yeah, it's us.
It's us.
It's us. Pizza
Uh,
us.
it's us. Like
Pizza us.
pizza. Why pizza?
Pizza us. It's
Okay,
us. It's pizza us.
okay. Um, hi. I swear we do not drink. We're like that normally, Uh, and
Exactly.
that's the problem. So
Naturally drunk.
naturally drunk. Yes.
Yes.
So hello, I'm Pixel, and this one here up here, it's an owl that was on my window.
Tuk tuk. Let's play Umineko. Tuk tuk. Let's play Umineko.
I
Tuk tuk.
open I open Umineko and entered the and I left the window open. I am and she was in my room all of a sudden. So I don't know.
I heard Umineko music.
I
Went
heard
straight.
Umineko. I heard Umineko music. Open the window, or I'll open it.
Yes, that's me. Do I hear Umineko music?
Why do I hear boss music?
It's just me approaching.
Exactly.
I am the all that is approaching.
Exactly like that. By the way, hello everyone. Today we continue
Hi.
Umineko, and last time I mean, there was a gun all of a sudden, and the gun is gonna be used in the worst way you can think about. And,
Yep,
there's-
that's the rule.
and there's more. There's a lot of worse thing I can think about it, and so yeah, the worst one would be Natsuhi shooting her own daughter, but yeah, by accidentally,
I see.
of course. And because now they were agreeing, and they were last time we saw them, they were agreeing, they were talking to each other in a normal way, and that cannot last that long. Something horrible is gonna happen to them. That was a friendly chat. We cannot allow that.
Of course not.
Okay. You see the game, right? Yes. You should be able to
Yes,
see
I
the
do.
game. Okay. Good. Let's continue.
Yay.
Bing
Shall I start
pong.
reading and
Yes.
with you half an hour?
Yes. Like last time.
Bling plong.
Bing
Bling
plong.
plong.
Bling
Bling
plong.
plong.
Bling plong.
Bling plong. I've come down a little. Finally, good job. Okay. The shock from my bizarre experience in the kitchen just now is fading away.
Oh, right. Last thing was the kitchen thing with Maria and the servants, and
Butler,
Butler
I
is not convinced that.
bet a little bit too close to the sun.
Yeah, Butler is not convinced that the witch is real. So
Yeah. Everyone in the kitchen was convinced she was real, and they were so close to making him suggested
making me
suggesting enough.
making him believe the thing, but then
Yeah, but it was just maybe from his point of view it was just suggestion
yeah.
in which everyone was just she's right beside you, right behind you.
But you cannot see her because the wavelength of your soul is not good.
It's not
It's not compatible.
incompatible. Yeah, compatible.
So yeah, that thing.
And then Butler went uno reverse card and said, "What? You are you saying that I'm alive just because I have your stupid charm? Jokes on you, I lost it."
Looks new. I don't have it on me. Like I think I lost it like 3 days ago at this point. So yeah,
It was just yesterday. Literally, it was just yesterday.
yeah. Oh well.
Oh well. The shock from my bizarre experience in the kitchen just now is fading away. If I hadn't talked to Aniki and Jessica, I might still be frightened by the idea that an invisible witch is standing right behind me. However, can I really accept that as an explanation for what happened back there? If it had just been Maria, I could have explained it as the fickle delusions of a growing girl. But Genji-san, Kanon-kun, and Kumasawa Bachan had also been there. None of them had denied what Maria said. They silently accepted that Beatrice exists. I was starting to feel a little uneasy. Onteva's position was that no 19th person existed. That the crime was an inside job tied to the family quarrels. On the other hand, Aunt Natsuhi's position was that the culprit was hiding somewhere outside the mansion.
He's really approaching. I mean, from his point of view, it makes sense that he's thinking there's no way the witch is real. It makes sense.
So she rejected the possibility of an inside job and supported the idea that a 19th person existed. And in the kitchen, Maria and the servants had also supported the idea of a 19th person.
Lots of them are convinced.
But according to them, this 19th person isn't human. They said it was an invisible witch carrying out some mysterious plan. Is there a 19th person or not? And is the culprit human or a witch? For some reason, I couldn't just laugh off any of those possibilities. Not even the most ridiculous story about the witch.
Jessica.
Sorry, I was doing the clock and I got confused.
俺の認識では森に子供たちが迷い込まないようにってんで作った大人の脅し話だってことになってんだが、この屋敷じゃ違うのか？
私もバトラと同じ意見だぜ。こんなのは子供に言うことを聞かせるために親が作った間抜けな階段だと思ってる。でもそうだと口にはできない空気が屋敷内にあることは否めないな。
おじい様がベアトリーチは存在すると公言されているからね。
Yeah.
使用人たちは立場上それを疑えないし。
Yes, but still, that's a little bit too much convinced, even if.
クラウスおじさんたちもおじい様と喧嘩がしたいわけもないから、表向きは口を揃えてる。
How much of this is just blindly following?
Yeah, see, it's like on the surface they go along with it, so
yeah,
it could be that they say, "Oh yes, yes, I believe you," and then they think whatever they want.
だから多分このお屋敷ではベアトリーチェの存在を疑うことはある種のタブーだと思うんだよ。
What about Goda though? Did he believe in the witch? I mean, it's not like we can ask him.
We may never know.
It's not like we can ask him now, but still.
Right.
年に一度しか来ない僕たちと違ってね。そうでしょ。
Jessica took a deep breath in admiration. It looked like Aniki had guessed right.
ジョージ兄さんの言う通りだぜ。みんな腹の中じゃ信じてるわけじゃない。でも表向きはその存在を認めてる。
I mean, the servants were very convinced though.
Right.
I mean, that didn't look like faking it.
Yeah, they had no reason to insist that much when it was just Butler in the room.
Yeah, I mean, and also they were talking about it between them before Butler was was there, was even in the room. So one could say, oh, maybe they're saying that because they want because maybe Kinzo told them to convince everyone, but I don't think that's the case. Because for what they knew before Butler going there, no one was there apart them. So why were they talking about that in that way? Oh, hi, Mikhail. That's okay. Thank you for the lurk. It's just like the way some people are about God. Yeah, it makes sense.
実際にはいないことを知ってても、それを口に出して否定したら野暮みたいな空気だな。
使用人たちの間ではどういうことになってんだ。やっぱり雇い主のじいさまがいるって言ってんだから、それに口調を合わせてるわけか。
さあ、詳しくはわからないけど、使用人たちの間では、ベアトリーチェの話はある種の怪談扱いになってるよ。ほら、昨日海岸でシャノンが話してくれたろ。夜見回りをしているとき、不気味な何かを見かけたとか、そういう話。
She did say something like that, didn't she? Back then, I thought she was just being really nice to help improve Maria's mood. But it felt like she was serious when she said it. That's right. She definitely said it. She definitely said the same kind of thing that Genji and the rest had all unanimously declared back in the kitchen.
他にも鬼火や輝く蝶々が舞っているのを見たという使用人も。
And here, when she said it, one could think, oh yeah, she's saying it just because Maria is there, and
Yeah.
and she wants to calm her down. So
Yeah.
one could think about, I could think it like that.
カノン君もそれらしいものを以前夜の見回りの時に見たことがあると言ってました。あと最近ではお屋敷の中で深夜に不思議な足音をよく聞くと使用人の間で話題です。私たちは肖像画の中のベアトリーチェ様が姿を消してお屋敷の中を散歩しているんだろうとささやずいぶん前ですが、私もそうかもしれない足音を夜の見回りの時に聞いたことがあります。
That's right. She definitely said that.
You already said that, Butler, but okay.
Exactly the same thing that I have been just told just now.
でも怯えることはないんですよ。ベアトリーチェ様は親方様とは異なるもう一人のお屋敷の主です。だから変に怯えたりしないで敬意を持っていれば決して悪いことはしないのだそうです。
Well, Butler doesn't respect there,
Right.
so
Just matter of time.
敬意を持たないと恐ろしいんだったね。
はい。私が勤めを始める直前にベアトリーチェ様のことを悪く言っていたそうです。
well, even the others quit. If you quit life, but still.
だから使用人たちはベアトリーチェ様のお怒りに触れたのだろうと噂し合ったそうです。
敬わないとお怒りに触れて怪我をする。つまり使用人たちにとってお稲荷さんにいたずらしたらお狐様のたたりがあるってくらいには信憑性があるわけだ。
Okay. You know what this is?
I think I heard of it, but if you want to explain, I'll gladly.
It's like, you know the kitsune, okay?
Yes.
You shouldn't touch the tails, or else you'll get punished.
Okay.
It's basically that concept. And Inari-san, let me look at it. It's a deity, if I recall. It's a deity that I don't really remember, but basically, don't do bad things or else the kitsune will get you. That's basically what's the thing.
Understandable. Of course, even though everyone accepts that that curses and the like don't exist in the modern era, people are still afraid and still have a little respect for them. You often see it when, in a residential area, someone is building a house and they call a Shinto priest for a ceremony to honor the god of that land.
Oh,
that
yeah,
plot of land.
they still do this in Japan.
Ah,
Not as often right now, but most of the time.
you might think that was just a big waste of time and money. But it is said that if the workers don't do that, a big accident will occur, so they never neglect to do it.
Exactly. That's exactly why.
Better safe than sorry, basically.
Yeah, they're basically saying maybe we don't really believe it, but just in
It
case.
doesn't hurt, yeah.
I mean, it's like 10 minutes more, so let's just do it and get over with it.
Yeah. You also hear about how if an Inari shrine is carelessly removed during a town replanning, there'd be a curse by Kitsume-sama.
And that's the reason often there's like in the middle of like buildings, huge buildings in Japan, there's the shrines are still there.
Shrines?
There
I see.
there's actually there is one very hidden in Akihabara,
Oh,
and it's like super hidden. It's in between huge buildings, and basically if if you go there, you're in the middle of 3 buildings.
that's interesting though.
Completely dark, but you can see the sky if you look straight up.
Oh. I think I might have read somewhere that when the occupying forces were trying to expand an airport, they tried to remove an Ninari-san that was in the way. And the workers kept getting struck down by mysterious fevers.
If I recall, maybe it wasn't an airport, but the thing that there is talking about is a real thing that happened.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Hi, Astra.
Hi, Astra. Hello. And thank you for the lurk. And the thing is, a lot of people was getting sick. It could have been a coincidence. But a lot of people were saying, no, see, we shouldn't have done that. Now we're all gonna die. We're all gonna suffer or stuff like that. Really. It could be a coincidence, but also, you know.
How can you be certain?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really a believer in these mystical or mystical forces, but if you see stuff like that, you're a little bit like, maybe we shouldn't have done that. I don't know, but maybe we shouldn't have done that.
Maybe. Even in modern cities like Tokyo, it wasn't rare to see modern buildings packed all around an old Inari shrine, leaving the shrine itself untouched, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
And this wasn't limited to Japan. It's probably similar to how foreigners baptize babies.
Yeah.
If I remember right, by Christian doctrine,
unbaptized
souls have the slightest amount of sin, they will still go to hell. Putting water on a child's forehead doesn't do anything but make them cry. But if by doing just that, the parents can prevent their children from going to hell, they will happily go through with that ceremony. In short, even in this modern society of reason, we were still unable to throw away every trace of belief and fear. You could even say that we accept certain sorts of supernatural things, though in a passive way. Maybe the only difference on this island is that Beatrice is the object of that worship.
じゃあつまりこの島でとても人間技とは思えない何かが起こればそれはベアトリーチェの仕業だとなるわけか。
Beatriceの仕業だ。
シャノンちゃんも言ってた気がするな。ちゃんと閉めたはずの窓や扉や鍵がもう一度見回りに来たら開いていたとか、消したはずの明かりがついていたり、つけたはずの明かりが消えていたりとか。んで、確かジェシカは朝出かけようとしたらカバンが見つからないのもベアトリーチェの仕業だってふざけてたんだよね。
You know, thinking about that, it made me realize that if like there would be a poltergeist in my house, I wouldn't even notice because you know they say like the poltergeist, they move your object around or they turn on the light or off or stuff like that. I wouldn't notice because I would be, was this light on? Did I forget it? Oh damn, again I forgot it again. And then wow, why is this thing here? I think I definitely put it here and forgot.
Perfect.
That's because it really happens to me, and I couldn't imagine the poltergeist being really angry at me because it doesn't get recognized.
Oh, it's just my ADHD. It's
Exactly.
everything else out of the ordinary.
Exactly. It's like, oh man, it's just the ADHD kicking in again. And the ghost, god damn it again! Why? By the way.
よく覚えてるな。普通なら妖精さんが隠したとでも言うところが、この島ではベアトリーチェがになる。ま、そんなくだらない話さ。
このお屋敷も築30年くらいになるそうだからね。それだけになれば多少の怪談やオカルトは生まれてくるものだよ。
I mean, 30 years is not that much for ghost or occult things, in my opinion, but...
Yeah, but this is a mansion owned by a very strange millionaire.
So, yeah, that would make it a little bit more sense.
学校の七不思議なんかのようにね。
Oh, that, yes. You know what's the 7 mysteries at school?
I just know that every school has their kind of
Yes, basically, yes.
X number of mysteries.
It's always 7.
Or...
It's always 7 because
always
it's
7?
yes, because it's a divine number.
Did you have anything like that at school?
No, it's a Japanese thing.
Yeah, I cannot.
There's a lot of I know that because it's in a lot of horror games, but also in a lot of
Party?
also it's there, I think. I don't really know.
I think.
And in a lot of media, the 7 mysteries of at school is a thing. So even Doraemon does an episode about that, if I recall. But yeah,
Kingdom Hearts has the 7 mysteries in Twilight Town.
it's basically the same concept.
そこでチェス盤をひっくり返すぜ。
Oh, they don't know, of course.
この島では人間にはできないことはベアトリーチェの仕業と置き換えることができるルール。人間にはできないこと。人間は何人だ ?18 人だ。
Yeah.
つまり犯人はこの島のルールにのっとってこの事件は魔女の仕業だとアピールしてることになる。つまりそれは19人目の仕業ですよと訴えたくて仕方がないわけだ。気に入らねえぜ。全然気に入らねえ。
気に入らないって何がだよ。
What is
仮
it?
に不可視の19人目が存在してそいつが自分の存在をアピールしたいなら
Why was that I don't like it in bold?
I think it was just because of the way he said it.
Oh, okay, that's just that. Okay.
俺ならもっと完璧なタイミングでやるぜ。
You'll see in the future, but when some texts change for a reason, they will tell you why.
Oh, okay.
This is just for underline.
Yeah, it's for the
he's
tone.
really upset.
Yeah, okay. I do need more perfect time. Okay.
完璧なタイミングでってのはどういう意味だ？
Okay, good question.
ああ。だって、事件は深夜から未明にかけて起こったのは深夜まで話し合いをしてたり、夜勤をしてたり、あるいは部屋に帰って寝ていたり。どいつもこいつもアリバイがあやふやで、十分内部犯行が疑える段階だ。ジョージの兄貴も、エヴァおばさんに聞かされてるんだろ？内部犯行の可能性が高いって話。
うん。まあね。
I mean,
つまり、不可視の19人目が実在したなら、最初の事件は自分のアピールに失敗してるんだ。いや、そもそも時間帯がミステイクだ。
what?
不可視の19人目をアピールするためには、死んだ6人以外の12人が全員白であることが確定している状況下で行われなければならない。
But what if that 19th person wanted you to think that it wasn't the 19th person but was the other 12? That would make sense, don't you think, Butler? Because if I was, let's say you want to hide something, and you want to blame someone else on the thing you did, you make it in, you do it when it's hard to believe it was you, so it's that was the most convincing time for that said 19th person, don't you think? But maybe it's me, I don't know.
Maybe.
自分の存在をアピールできないんだよ。
Maybe they don't want to hide their presence.
だから、全員のアリバイが一番あやふやになる深夜の時間帯は、19人目にとって、自分が一番あやふやになる時間帯でもある。
Also, who the heck else knew Hebrew apart Maria, and I don't think she can kill 6 people. One could say Kinzo, that would make more sense. But
Yes.
he was probably drunk at that point.
にもかかわらず、
Absinthe goes brr.
Exactly.
犯行に及んだ。
そんな時間に犯行を起こせば、18人の誰かが疑われるのは明白。
Did I ever say how the 6 dead people died? I mean, the way they died, was never specified, if I recall.
No.
They say that their
They just said that half of their faces was gone.
was crushed, yes, but they never said how they died.
How? No.
Mm.
No.
So, okay, because the thing is, it cannot be. It must have been something that doesn't make much noise. So not a gun, because
Right.
there was people in the house, and a gun is very loud, and you can hear it all over the mansion. You could have heard that.
Mm.
So something, maybe a knife that were there stabs on their body. So it's not really specified. We cannot really talk about that. Whatever.
にもかかわらず、マリアに手紙を渡して魔女を名乗り、誰もが自分でないと否定している。
つまりベアトリーチェという19人目がいるように見せかけたい人間が18人の中にいると、こう言いたいのかよ。なんだかぶっ飛んだ発想だな。まだおふくろの屋敷の外に不審者が潜んでいるって話の方が信憑性があるってもんだぜ。まさかバトラは この客間の中に犯人がいると疑っているのかよ。
ああ、何者かが俺たちにベアトリーチェが存在すると。そうさ。昨べのあの手紙からもう事件は始まっていたんだ。証拠も根拠も何もねえけどな。鉄板を逆さにした限りじゃ、俺の見立てはこんなとこ。
I think here you're basing too much things on stuff that you cannot really prove right now, Butler. But I can see the way he's reasoning, but you cannot be certain that this 19th person doesn't
It's too
exist.
early. Yeah.
It's too early to say that, in my opinion.
飛びまくってるにも程があるぜ。妙な推理小説の読みすぎじゃねえのかよ。
でも無視できない着眼点もあるね。
That is true, Perfect Boy, but still, you cannot even be sure about that.
19人目がいるかい
Don't
ないかは
laugh
別
there.
にしても、その犯人は確実にこの島のルールにのっとって何かを仕掛けてきている。僕はね、今バトラ君の話を聞いていて少しだけ気持ち悪いことを思い出してたんだよ。
Mm-hmm. And it,
気
what
持
is...
ち悪いことって？
覚えてるかい？ベアトリーチェの手紙。ベアトリーチェは利子の回収を行うと言っていたね。そして利子とは後ろ宮家のすべてだと言った。
Oh, even the... Oh, that's still inheritance. The family itself.
Yep. Jessica and I thought back on what Maria had read aloud the previous night.
言ってたぜ。確かに言ってた。そして利子の回収をこれから行う。
Mm-mm.
黄金の謎を解いたら、その権利を
おじい様は黄金を授かり、後ろ宮家を再
Yeah,
興
but
した。
with and without the gold, but the sons and the grandsons, they wouldn't exist. So
Yes.
that's still part of the inheritance.
Inheritance.
つまり黄金を資本に生み出したものすべてが利子だってベアトリーチェは言っている。つまり
冗談きついぜ兄貴。まさか後ろ宮家のすべて、つまりじい様が生み出したものすべてってじい様から血を分けた一族のことを指すってのかよ。
あの手紙をそう読み解いたなら、この殺人はベアトリーチェが行った正当な利となれば、この事件はまだ続くよ。利子の回収はまだ途中なんだからね。
George turned around, looking over the parlor. There were still many people who held the name Ushiromiya. And because Goda-san and Shannon-chan had been killed, we knew that not even the servants were safe, despite lacking the Ushiromiya name.
Well, if you think about that, even the servants are part. If it wasn't for the gold, they wouldn't be there. So,
Yeah,
more indirectly, but still,
they're getting paid by.
yeah, they're still getting paid with that. So,
私たち全員を殺すつもりかよ。
yeah, more or less.
でもおかしいよ、ジョージ兄さん。
The way you said it.
What?
Yeah, more or less.
More or less. I mean, 6 people died. What do you expect at this point? Also, they're not talking about that, but isn't it too much? A little bit too much of a coincidence that 6 people dies, and then the epitaph there's like, oh yeah, let's kill 6 people the first day. So maybe they should notice that. A little bit strange.
They should think about that.
They should think about that. But even if you don't say, even if you don't believe in the thing, it could be that someone is taking that and making you believe that a witch exists by doing that in that specific order.
ならどうして6人だけ？
Oh,
他に
they're getting
大勢
there.
殺せたはず。
I see the future.
下手をすれば寝込みを襲って全員を一晩で殺すことも可能だったはず。
And also, now that I think about it, the thing here, it says on the twilight. So it Butler said that thing happened between night and the morning, and that's where the twilight is. So that's a even more reason to think about it.
Wait, no, wait. The twilight is between afternoon and evening.
The twilight? No, isn't the twilight also the dawn? It's not. It could be dawn, or it could be both.
Wait. Define twilight. The soft glowing light from the sky when the sun is below the horizon, caused by the reflection of the sun's ray from the atmosphere. A period or state of obscurity, ambiguity or gradual decline. Però come traduzione da crepuscolo e alba. What the
That's exactly what I said. Because it's when the sun is below the horizon. And the sun is below the horizon both during the morning and during the evening. So it counts for both.
understandable. So it's both.
One goes up, one goes down, but still that's the
It
same.
starts from below.
Yeah. One starts from below and one goes below, but still the position. Still same thing.
Yes.
Because the twilight, it's not the sun itself or the moment, it's the light.
Yes. Right. So you could be right.
It should have been possible for them to assault everyone while they were sleeping and kill them in a single night.
それをしなかったの？
特別条項だよ。黄金の謎を暴く者が現れたら、李氏の権利は失われる。そして、手紙の最後にはこう結ばれていたおじい様の黄金の謎をみんなで解いてみろとね。
ジーザス、ようやく犯人のメッセージが分かってきたじゃねえか。つまり犯人は俺たちにじい様のあの碑文の謎を解いてみやがると言ってるわけだ。しかもぼやぼやしてればどんどん李氏の回収を進めちまうつもりだ。
This is also been bold.
Maybe it's just the game's way of telling you this is
Important. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
But why would I don't like this in bold at this point?
Don't know, but still.
I don't know. I
Oh,
realize this is all
wait.
based
No,
on-
wait. I think I know why I don't like it was in bold. If that counts as important. Because it tells you this is not an objective reasoning. This is what Butler is thinking.
Ah, could be. Could be. I realize this is all based on several guesses that are way out there.
Yeah, but what else can you do at this point, at this moment?
But not everything that happens in this world fits together in a perfect line. Most of the events we don't understand are only individual points. By fitting them into a straight line, we're beginning to understand. When the points at the either ends of the line are really close, the line itself is more logical and easier to understand. And when those points are really far away, the opposite is true. It's the distance between these points that makes us say our guesses are way out there. However, if the distances we span are too narrow, that means our thinking will be narrow too. Is there a difference between making guesses and reasoning?
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Am I just using easily made guesses to try and force this crime into a pattern I can understand?
You're more forcing something that you can't understand in that you don't like into your way of thinking more than that.
No, that's not it. When you're lost in the dark and searching around with your hands, what you're doing is relying on your imagination and making guesses. Only imagination can find the points that need to be tied together. Reasoning is nothing more than the act of drawing lines between them. If you can't imagine, you can't reason.
Kinda.
Kinda. What I'm doing right now might be out there, but I'm sure it isn't a mistake either. Only the power of imagination can pull clues out from the darkness. And then I can use the power of reasoning to tie those clues together. It was a lot like the process of searching out an enemy's weak spot and striking. It's okay if I'm
Offie?
out.
Oh no. Offie became a robot.
Oh no.
Hello?
Hello?
Okay, you're back.
Hello?
You're back. You're back. You were a robot owl for a moment.
Ah,
I think it was on your side though, because I didn't have any problem at all. So
yeah, I
still,
know.
it was.
I am having spikes, but it's been way better because I reset everything. I don't know why.
No, it's okay. Now it was just a moment.
It's
Where-
okay if I'm way out there.
Yeah. See.
Find a weak point first. Then we can think about how to strike. Right now is the time to find points we can tie together later. I'm going to drink.
Good. Drink. Oh, it's the garden.
For the time being, I put aside whether a 19th person existed and announced our theory that the goal of the culprit might have been to make us solve the riddle of the epitaph.
Okay.
Uncle Hideyoshi seemed to be extremely interested, but Natsuhi said it was ridiculous and dismissed it.
At this point, I think it would make more sense that the culprit, let's say Beatrice is not real. It would make more sense that the culprit would want you to solve the riddle because it wants the money, the gold, and is saying, hey, since I cannot really solve this thing on my own, let's force someone else to solve it, and then I'll take it. Then I'll kill everyone else and take the gold.
If they wanted the gold.
If they wanted the gold at this point, or else why forcing someone else to force that riddle?
Right.
To force solving that riddle.
確かにそう考えるとあの怪しい手紙も納得がいくっていうもんやその動機はなかなかええ線をいっとると思うでマリアちゃんに手紙を渡したのが誰かはさておきな
There we go.
Ooh! Even though she was puffing up her cheeks in that cute way she'd been doing since yesterday, I couldn't think of it as cute. If I poked fun at her, it might suddenly transform into a creepy laugh.
Yeah.
Butler is completely scarred.
But Butler knows now. You even know that the god is real. Don't lie, woman. You saw the gold bar. You saw that thing is real. Don't, at this point, why lying? Everyone's gonna die. So stubborn.
There we go.
しかし、ならばなぜ後宮家の主要な人物ばかりを最初に殺したのです？
I mean, was random.
通りですな
謎を解かせるなら、金蔵さんに近しい人物を先に殺すことは得策ではないはずです。
そうね。
They could have been the easiest victim at that point. So
それにその論法で行くんだったら最初にお父様を脅迫した方が早くない？私たちに謎を解かせるよりも本人に答えを聞いた方が早いはずよ。
like threatening the person that is gonna die anyway would actually make that said person tell you anything. I mean,
Right.
you know that you're gonna die either now or tomorrow. At that point, doesn't change anything.
確かにその通りや。もっともお父さんが並大抵の脅迫で口を割るとは思えんが。
Also, yeah.
Yes.
金蔵さんをよく知る方なら、金蔵さんが並大抵の脅しには屈しないことをよく存じているでしょう。
これだけの財産を持つ後宮家を背負われる方です。今日まで様々な攻撃や脅迫にさらされてきました。それらすべてに打ち勝ってきたからこそ今日の繁栄があるのです。
Mm-hmm.
それに関しては私も同感だぜ。うちのじい様が脅されて何かに従うなんてちょっと想像もつかないぜ。
ジェシカ、言葉遣いがはしたないです。
Even now.
Even now, that basically half of the people there is dead, but whatever.
ならこういう発想はどうだろう。いや、これもぶっ飛んでるか。
Go, Butler, go. I couldn't hesitate.
What are you thinking about now?
How their ideas are like bows and arrows. It might be hard to hit with, but it's a great weapon because you can hit enemies far away. They say most people who've died in battles were killed by arrow wounds. In a battle, you can't just shoot off one arrow. You shoot a whole bunch of arrows at once, pushing forwards towards the enemy troops with a wall of them. So keep shooting over and over.
You're basically saying through random bullshit go, something's gonna hit.
Basically. Create a wall as you push forwards towards the truth.
犯人が隠された黄金が狙いってんなら、俺たちに解かせるのは効率が悪い。謎を作った本人に答えを聞く方が手っ取り早いさ。
Yes, but you just said that threat wouldn't work on him.
じゃあさ、これはつまりすべてじい様に当てたメッセージってことじゃないのか。
In other words,
Oh.
these murders were a threat made against the grandfather.
What about the seal, though?
If he didn't tell the culprit where the gold was, his family members would be killed off one by one. What if we weren't the only ones being forced to solve this riddle? What if grandfather was too? If you think about it that way, it explains the grandfather's mysterious disappearance.
But grandfather doesn't need to solve the riddle.
Try and solve it.
He knows. So
if the culprit has already attacked the grandfather, then judging by the state of the six corpses were left in, mamma mia. It should have been left on display somewhere with that horrible makeup added.
random Mamma Mia moment.
I can't help it. It came from my soul because
No,
the sentence was
I felt it. I really felt it. Mamma Mia.
Mamma mia.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Let me read that again. Judging by this, that moment that really distracted me.
Disrupting Mamma Mia.
Disrupted Mamma Mia moment. Yes. It should have been left on display somewhere with that horrible makeup added. Okay.
But despite that, we still haven't found him. So does that mean grandfather has been kidnapped, has been held somewhere?
そんな
Maybe if he's into that with Beatrice, it could be.
I wouldn't put it past him.
I'm not the one to judge. I mean,
まさかそんな
there we go.
面白い話じゃない？つまりお父様はどこかに監禁されていて黄金のありかを話さないと次々に殺人を繰り返すぞと脅されているわけ。
Like he could care at least a little bit about that. So I think Kinzo would be, oh, you killed 6 of them? Okay, so here's more
fine.
bullet to kill the rest of them.
Yes.
その話のどこが面白いのか理解に苦しみます
Aunt Natsuhi glared at her, but Aunt Eva just smiled calmly.
この時間になっても姿を現さない以上、おじい様が事件に巻き込まれているのはほぼ間違いないと思います。それを思えば、バトラ君の仮説も無視することはできないんじゃないですか。
Okay.
ジョージは黙ってなさい。
ん？
そもそもお父様っていついなくなったのかしら？
最後にお父さんの姿を見たのは誰や？
Natsuhi, I
Natsuhi, I
think.
多分私でしょう今朝主人たちの姿が見えないと騒ぎになった時お父様の書斎にいるかもしれないという話になり私がお部屋にお伺いしてそこでご挨拶をしましたそういえば書斎の鍵をずっと借りっぱなしです源氏これは返しておきます
Why don't go and look in the study? Maybe there's something.
Didn't she and Eva go there?
To check the study?
Yeah, I think so.
Did she? I don't recall.
Didn't they? And this is why they came to the conclusion that Inzo disappeared.
Yeah, but
'Cause they looked into the
like,
studio everywhere.
yes, but maybe an actual investigation in the studio maybe would have solved some things. I don't know.
Oh, I mean maybe, but this isn't Danganronpa.
I mean I'm not saying that there should be a gameplay moment about that. I'm saying that maybe people should go there and check if anything is useful there, or maybe check if anything could be a lead on where Kinzo is.
Yes, agreed. But I just found funny. I just found the idea of everyone going into the studio and having a Danganronpa.
Danganronpa moment with the pink blood and everything.
Yes, exactly. Aunt Natsuhi pulled out the gold key and handed it to Genji. Looking at the key, Aunt Eva giggled.
ねえ源氏さん、どうせ警察はお父様の部屋も徹底的何を隠していてもどうせ暴かれちゃう。だったらちょっと早く今この場で話してくれてもいいんじゃないかしら。
何のお話でしょうか。
シンプルなお父様の書斎はその鍵がなければ外から入ることはできない。その定義の確認を
Maybe Kinzo also got a key. What do you think about that?
あとは窓？他に出入り口は？
ありません。中に入るには入り口しかありません。
What?
I'm going to say this, but I'm not going to go into detail.
Okay.
This thing has birthed one of my favorite scenes in this game.
Oh, okay.
A bit later on.
Okay, not now. Okay, then.
Quite a bit later on.
Okay.
I think it's in answers. Just to give you
Oh, so there's a long
timeline.
way to go. Okay.
A long way to go.
間違いなくね、秘密の隠し扉なんかがあったりはしないのね。お父様が不在である以上、後ろ宮家の最高序列者は私よ。その後ろ宮家の当主代行として聞いているの。
Hi, Hile. Welcome.
それを理解した上で答えなさい。あの部屋には入り口以外に他に出入り口は？お父様の最高の側近だったあなたは知っているはずよ。
Natsuhi looked a little offended at the part about the highest ranked family member.
Oh, I see.
But she kept her mouth closed for the time being and waited for Genji's answer.
I only pretend something here that at a certain point Eva will get a slap in her face so hard.
I hope so.
I hope that's gonna happen. Poster check.
Oh,
Thank you for the
yeah, I needed that.
redeem. I also
Thank
needed
you.
it actually. I was lying down the chair.
It's exactly.
Asking, oh, cool. Hope you're good. They all whatever you like. By the way,
I couldn't help but feel a little uncomfortable. Why was she going on and on about the hidden doors? Doors?
カノン君も熊
Doors.
沢さんも知ってるなら教えてくれない？あるならあるって言ってくれた方がいいの。じゃないと今からある人がとても追い詰められることになるわよ。隠し扉があると仮定されたら私の話はすべて水の泡。
Antela didn't specify which
Kinzo.
person was about to be driven into a corner. But following the flow of the conversation, I had to feel that she was referring to Aunt Natsuhi.
Of course, she was just waiting for that moment. But also one
Yeah.
could say Kinzo because you can assume that he got a key for his own room.
Right.
So it could also have been him.
母さん、何の話？
ジョージは少し黙ってなさい。
Huh?
The way she loses that,
One
kind
moment.
of.
One moment. What? Another capture? Oh, okay. I thought that the thing was. Okay. For a moment, I thought I didn't do the same thing. I changed the game to another capture for some reason. I don't know why. Okay. This is, yes, definitely. No, this is Among Us spin-off more than another capture.
Amogus spin-off.
Amogus spin-off. Yes. Cephalus.
Was she? No. Cephalus Adventure.
Cephalus Adventure.
Oh god.
You good? You good? Don't
I'm
die.
dying.
Don't die.
Wait.
Drink, maybe.
Okay.
What are you saying?
As I was saying, when Eva talks to George in a more stern way, she loses that kind of
Yeah. She's definitely doing that on
inflection.
purpose. She's definitely doing that on
Yeah,
purpose.
absolutely.
I mean, no one talks like that if not on purpose. So it's definitely on purpose.
Yeah.
Just to be annoying.
Yes.
どうなの？源氏さん、カノン君、そして熊沢さん。
See, she's doing that only now.
Yeah.
隠し扉はあるの？ないの？源氏さんはお父様が書斎を改造した時、施工業者の監督をしていたはず。知らないとは言わせないわよ。
そのようなものは親方様の書斎にはありません。
間違いなく片翼のわしを許されたカノン君。
はい、間違いなく親方様の書斎に隠し扉などありません。
熊沢さんは
いえ、私も聞いたことがありませんよ。
お父様と親交の深い南條先生は
私もそんなものは聞いたことが。
Why are they sweating?
Fornaggio.
じゃあいい？話を始めるわよ。とってもシンプルな話なの。
Everyone tilted their head doubtfully. Oh my god.
See,
Wondering
okay,
what
wait.
Anteva
No,
was
it's very simple. Doubt. You know doubt?
doubt.
Okay,
Yes,
and
of
when
course.
something is filled to the brim is...
Full.
Okay. Doubtfully.
Doubtfully.
That's good, perfect. Go on.
God. Everyone tilted their head doubtfully, wondering what Anteva was starting to talk about so proudly. What is wrong with me?
That 10 out of 10. Very good.
Anteva laughed triumphantly, as though she was about to reveal a secret only she knew.
お父様を最後に目撃したのは
Okay, let's see what convenient explanation she got to make herself out of the suspicious ones.
Yeah.
詳しい時間は忘れちゃったけど、今朝の9時前くらいのことだと思ったわ。姉さん、覚えてる？私、あなたがお父様の書斎からちょうど出てくるところに出くわしたわよね。
ええ、覚えています。それが何だというのですか？
そして次に姉さんがお父様の書斎を訪れた兄さんたちの遺体が見つかってからよね。
Yes, but that was occurred. Okay.
それを報告しに書斎に上がり、そこで私と一緒に不在を確認したわ。ところで姉さん、その時お父様の書斎に入ろうとして気づいたことはなかったかしら？
気づいたこと？何のことですか？
ほーら、ゴミを拾ったでしょ。
Eh?
畳んだレシートを。
確かに、そんなゴミを拾った気がします。それが何か？
そのレシートは、私が飛行場に着く前に寄った売店で飴玉を買った時にもらったものよ。
Anteva pulled a small bag of candy out of her handbag.
ああ、あの時に買った飴のレシート。でも母さん、そのレシートの話が何と関係ある？
Good question.
ジョージ、もうちょい黙って。
Why do they keep telling me to shut up? What the heck?
Perfect boy. Uncle Hideyoshi's expression was a little strict. Apparently he understood what Anteva was getting at.
No, I don't understand right now, but okay, we'll see.
本当にこれは気まぐれよ。何かを予見してたとか、ましてや夏日姉さんを罠にかけようとか、実はね。
Sure.
Definitely wasn't trying to set up a trap for Natsuhi.
The least suspicious person in there.
姉さんがお父様と最後に会って出てきて、そこでその時書斎の扉に私が挟み込んだものなのよ。
ってことは、つまり夏日おばさんがそのレシートを拾うまで誰もとは。
ちょっと待ってよ、エヴァおばさん。レシート挟むなんてバレバレだって。小さまが外出した時に気づいて面白がってもう一回挟み直した可能性も。
Yeah, it is kind of obvious.
Jessica hurriedly argued back. She still didn't really know what all of this meant. But she realized that whatever it was, it would raise suspicions about their own mother.
But still would have made sense.
バレないようにレシートは小さく折りたたんだわ。でもね、レシートが落ちるところを仮に見たとしても、扉のどこの高さの部分に挟み込んであったかは 正確には私は夏日姉さんが鍵を取り出している間に確認した。レシートが挟み込まれた位置は寸分の1ミリの違いもなく私が挟んだ場所だった。
Who noticed that in real life? But okay.
Eva didn't. Eva is not normal.
なぜそんな子供じみたいたずらをされるのか理解できません。
夏日さんの部屋の扉。
不愉快な話だったので話しませんでしたが、今朝目が覚めたら扉の外側にあのシャッターの落書きと同じと思われる書き虫のような気持ちの悪い跡で。
なんやその話。なんで今まで黙っとったんや。
申し訳ありません。あの後立て続けにいろいろと恐ろしい。
But it could be that you can forget about that
失念してい
if
ました。
if you see that.
知らないわよそんなの。姉さんがお父様がいるのを確認してから私と一緒に不在を確認するまでの間、あの扉は一度も開かれてないのよ。
Okay.
扉を使わずどうやってお父様は外に出たのかしら。
Window, but okay. I mean, there must have been a window. He threw the ring outside of the window, so...
I think, if I'm not mistaken, we could see one window in the CG.
Yes,
in the
also
background.
that, but also... Let's say the background was just for scene and not really the room.
Yes.
He threw away the ring.
There we go. I was
Outside.
about to say that. Great.
Outside.
Yes.
So...
Exactly.
There must be an opening for doing that.
There is a window.
There is
100%
definitely...
there's a
There is definitely a window. That was
Now we
working.
crossed.
Okay, we should be back. We should be back.
Yeah. We should be back.
It was just a hiccup, and I
Okay.
no understand. I have no idea why, but whatever. Welcome back. Yes, okay. Stuff happened. I don't know.
We're back. It's okay. It's okay. It's just it's Beatrice. No...
Beatrice. Beatrice. Yes.
Beatrice's fault.
Yes, definitely.
Beatrice no shiwazada.
By the way, they were basically asking who was the last one to see Kinzo. That's the thing. That's the argument right now.
それより後の時間は誰かおらんのか。
私です。昨夜の晩餐の
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
僕とシャノンも一緒でした。
ここまでは間違いなくお父さんも部屋だがな、夏日姉さん。不在だった書斎は窓も扉もすべて閉め切られた状態だったそうやないか。なのに夏日さんは今朝お父さんに会って話をしたい。
私には皆さんが何を険悪になってるのかはどなたか説明してくださいますかな。
Ah, Furnaggio.
Fornaggio.
父さんと母さんは夏日おばさんが今朝おじい様に会ったというのは嘘だと言っているのかい。
嘘なんかつくもんかよ。母さんは潔白だぜ。なんで嘘なんかつくんだよ。
ジェシカ、言葉遣いを直しなさいといつも言っています。
That's the moment to say that, girl.
Yes. All at once, the whole room was in an uproar. Aunt Eva and Aunt Natsuhi confronted each other across the parlor table, with George confronting Jessica. What the heck's going on?
Hi, Basil. Welcome.
Across the parlor table, with George confronting Jessica. What the heck's going on?
Hi, Basil. Welcome.